So considering this shit's going on with the servers and I can't farm for my double liquid divinium, I thought I'd make a list of 5 things that I want to return in Revelation. Now, as we know, Revelations is right around the corner, and we already know that some of the maps are already coming back into it, but what we don't know are the different things that are going to come back into the map, like weapons and perks and stuff. So as it's so close, I'm just going to quickly throw together a kind of wish list sort of thing of the things that I want to see back because of nostalgia, because it is coming to an end after all, and this is a time when we have to reminisce about our zombies map past. So here are the 5 things that I want to see come back in the new map. So the first thing I want to see is some of the underrated / underused wonder weapons that we saw. And also on top of that, I want to see different wonder weapons in the different map segments, which is what a lot of people are saying. So of course we know we can't have every map segment, we can't have every wonder weapon in the map, but things like having the thunder gun in the Kino part of it or the baby maker in the Shangri-La part of it would be really cool. But still, there are some wonder weapons that I feel the team put a lot of work into that just go completely amiss, like for example the scavenger. How many people even remember that the scavenger exists? Because I do, and I loved it. And there was also the real generator, but that wasn't that good. But still, I would love to see something like the scavenger come back, or some of the other weapons that we only had for one map, not these ray guns and stuff, like just the ones that we had for one go, like the paralyzer or something that we could just have fun with on the map. I think it'd be really cool for them to throw those back in. It's just kind of like a nostalgia thing. The second thing that I want to see return is some of the old perks. Now obviously everyone's going to be like, return Flopper, bring Flopper back, but some of the things like Vulture Raid or Who's Who, and although that's not the community's most liked perks, let me tell you why it might be good. Because Vulture Raid, Revelations is going to be a big map. We already know that because it's a 9GB download, and for God's sake, look at all the stuff that we've got in it. So it's going to be handy to know where the box is or where all the perks are, because the perks might switch locations. And on top of that, Who's Who? Who's Who is basically another quick revive. I don't think enough people understand that. You run out your 3 quick revives, you can just get Who's Who again, and as long as you can get yourself up, you're fine. So I think it'd be cool to have some of the old perks. We've been teased about perks now, and I hope that Treyarch do some good gobblegums, but at the same time I hope they just listen to the community a little bit and they're just like, okay, you can have some of these really cool perks that we've made in the past, you can have some of those back. The third thing that I would really like to see return is multiple musical Easter eggs. So to put this in perspective for you guys, Moon, we had 5 music Easter eggs. Gorod Krovi, our most recent map, we only had 3, and 2 of those were actual songs by people that were used in like trailers or the intro cutscene, whereas on Moon, the 5 that they were used, some of them were just like 8-bit versions of other songs that we've seen on other maps, which I thought was quite cool. And I want these music Easter eggs, I want the main Easter egg for the song to be done by Eleanor Siegemann, because that's where she started the whole music. She did all the music for the World at War maps, and then obviously they started to bring in other people, and they started bringing in people like Avenged Sevenfold, where I think it might be cool to have a rock band like we had Motorhead in Gorod Krovi. It might be really nice and just really fitting just to have Eleanor Siegemann just make the last song, considering she started it all off, and obviously for that well-known classic Beauty of Annihilation. And I think it'd just be beautiful to have her back for that. The fourth thing I want to see return is something like a unique game mode. Now what I'm talking about with this is something like Leroy in Buried or the Space Monkeys that were in Ascension, something that you would need to do to get something from them or to access somewhere on the map. So Leroy, you'd have to let him break down barriers to make the map easily traversable. And the Space Monkeys on Ascension, if you didn't kill them, they would actually take away your perks they're attacking. And I think it'd be really cool to have something like this, because Revelations is such a big map. I think it'd be such a wasted opportunity if nothing special, like no special interactions went on between the characters and the maps they were in, or the maps that they're in, and the certain objects in the map. Like, I don't know, like if the teleporter in Kino took you to a mock-up of the Pack-a-Punch room, but it wasn't actually the Pack-a-Punch room, it was like the entrance to Shangri-La or something, just like a really cool game mechanic or something really cool along that lines. I was tempted to put the power situation in, like a unique way to power things, but we already had the shock boxes in both Shadows of Evil and Mob of the Dead. We had the generators in Origins, so that's not really something I want to see come back. I'd rather just flick a power switch and just be like done with it. And please, for Christ's sake, I hope to God we don't have the same fiasco that we had with the power in Zetspo no Shima, because I will end everything, I swear to God. And the final thing that I want to see come back is a fulfilling Easter egg and a fulfilling ending, and maybe even some of the return of some of the characters that we don't know how their stories ended, like the Call of the Dead crew or something like that. Because right now it feels like the Easter eggs that we're doing them because we like doing them, and the whole finding out how to do them is fun, but I feel like we're only doing them because we feel like we have to progress the story. It'd be really nice for like the Ascension Easter egg, like where the Easter egg's not too hard, but it's really not too easy, and obviously it gave you an achievement, but the Ascension one didn't. But it was fun because it was something a little bit hidden, and although we've come to expect Easter eggs now, it would still be fun for them to make it something a little bit special where I don't even know how they'd do it, but just to give it that charm of just like, this is hidden, like this is just a really underlying story that everyone's kind of digging into. Like at the end of the day, you are just 4 people on a zombies map and your main goal is to survive. And in recent maps, obviously the storyline has overtaken that, but it'd be really cool if we had such a nostalgic cutscene at the end, like a recap of the whole history, or like, I don't know, a 10-minute cutscene of just the whole storyline for those people that are confused, or like for us as fans who've figured it out over the years, for Jason to just turn around and say, there you go, like, there you go, 10 minutes, a short movie of zombies. There you go. And I think that'd be really, really nice for us, because I used to love doing Easter eggs back in the day on Black Ops 1, where it felt like a challenge. And I know I just said they're not too hard, but when I say challenge, what I mean is a challenge in Grog Crovey, because I'm still struggling with that Easter egg. That's a frustrating challenge. That's a challenge that's really annoying me, because I know I've seen people do it and I know I can do it. Whereas like the Call of the Dead Easter egg, for example, I could never do that one. But that challenged me because I wanted to figure the map out. I wanted to figure out how everything works in conjunction and the best way to do it. So a fulfilling Easter egg ending and some of the storylines tied up is really what I want from this map. That's my last thing that I want. So there you go. They're my 5 things that I want to see come back in Revelations. Most of them are just for nostalgia's sake, but some of them are just personal favourites. If you have anything that you want to see come back in Revelations, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you want to start a discussion with me about something I've said, feel free again to comment. I always reply. Other than that, if you liked the video, please consider liking it and please consider subscribing. I've been GeneralGerbil. Peace out.